Hello. The article White Privilege Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack by Peggy McIntosh highlights the often overlooked side of racism, structural racism. In my experience, the idea of structural racism is often a very hard concept for people to understand. People don't like to think that just by being white, they are taking part in racism. As McIntosh states, I was taught to see racism only in individual acts of meanness, not in invisible systems of conferring dominance on my group. Understanding white privilege takes a lot of self-reflecting, which is exactly how McIntosh created this essay. McIntosh says she decided to try and work on herself at least by identifying some of the daily effects of white privilege in her life. Upon her reflections, she realized 50 points of white privilege that she experiences in her life that her African American friends cannot count on these conditions. Some of her instances of white privilege built into our societal structure include: number 5, I can go shopping alone most of the time, pretty well assured that I will not be followed or harassed. Number 13, whether I use checks, credit cards, or cash, I can count on my skin color not to work against the appearance of financial reliability. And number 25, if a traffic cop pulls me over or if the IRS audits my tax return, I can be sure I haven't been singled out because of my race. This essay was written in 1988, and now in 2017, the instances of white privilege noted in this essay are still hot-button issues. This essay is just as prevalent and can be used to educate others just as much now as when it was written 30 years ago. This fact is a testament to its timelessness, but it's also a really hard reality check about the willingness of our society to make changes when it comes to race. The only thing I would change about this project would be to not only self-reflect on white privilege, but also try to engage African Americans in this discussion. The essay project was very much a plot project. In fact, as number 9 notes, if I want to, I could be pretty sure of finding a publisher for this piece on white privilege. The fact that she wrote this essay on white privilege is white privilege. Racism is so prevalent in our society that there is no way a white person would be able to understand its intricacies. Input from African Americans would lead to an even better understanding of the unseen privileges white people receive daily.